Hey, Rem, we're back.
Hey, buddy, how are you?
I'm good. What's it been, like 2 weeks since we
Since
last
an
recorded?
episode, yeah.
And in the 2 weeks, I went to Maryland to go to a competition for Sherry Lynn Nicholas, who was doing her professional debut as a bodybuilder.
Quick fill in. Bob's got a black wife who's amazing, talented, and is a professional bodybuilder.
And she's been on 2 episodes.
Yep.
Two of our earlier episodes. Maybe she'll come back on too, because she just won a pro card in another federation, but it wasn't at the Maryland show. She was just cutting her teeth as a pro debut. Maryland is lovely, by the way.
Yeah, I've
Never been.
heard good things.
Yeah, it's lovely. I was caught in Taylor Swift traffic from Philadelphia to Wilmington, Delaware on 95. That was I went to a Shake Shack.
For a show, right?
Yeah, for a show, yeah. I went to a Shake Shack on the way.
I've been to one and I really
Yeah.
enjoyed it. What'd you get?
I got just a double bacon cheeseburger with crinkly fries, because
Crinkly fries, bro.
crinkly fries. And I didn't get a shake because I wasn't feeling a shake at that time of day. So I got a Beta root beer
Yeah.
from Louisiana. It's made with sugarcane. My critique of that would be it's very sweet in a good way, but it doesn't have the bite that like other root beers do.
Fair enough. Softens the corners with the sweetness.
Yeah, and other than that, I've just been getting acclimated to my new job, learning the ropes, starting to train people. What you been up to?
Things have just been Bob says, even though he knows because he's good at this. Things have been interesting for me, Bob. I just been going through some stuff. There's been some stuff with my family. My mom's dealing with some health issues.
Mhm.
So things have been tough. I think is the best way I can sum it up. But I'm here, man. You know, we keep our chin up. I think we've talked about it before. You just do it. You do what needs to be done and you keep going. So, you know, I'm all right. I've been in better places in my life, but surviving, man. Yeah. Yeah. I got to see a show last week. I'm at the age now where it's really fun to go to like throwback bands that you liked in the 90s, as
And-
long as they don't have $200 tickets.
And who would this throwback band be?
Blues Traveler.
Woo!
That fuck. Once upon a midnight dreary, I walk with something in my head. Cute, jammy.
Not my favorite song by them.
No, and
No.
I mean that's the thing, but that's the one people are like, oh, I know them. But interesting show. It was in a very conservative town in Massachusetts, and it was fucking insane.
I want to stop you just for a second to remind people that, yeah, while Massachusetts overall gets a label that it's a liberal state,
We got pockets,
we got pockets of conservatism here. And
Yeah.
everywhere, those.
and it was honestly like, you know, I got kind of high. It's edibles. I was excited and to show up. It was at like a town hall, and it seemed like everybody who was there, I think it was 2,000 people, and it was pretty full, all knew each other. And like they pre-gamed by getting like a really nice oat latte before. It was just a very weird, buttoned up conservative crowd. And Blues Traveler's music is very like stony and like dancey and hippie, you know, and it was
It's kind of it's a child of the Grateful Dead
yeah.
in a way.
Yeah, no, it is, you know, and there were a lot of solos, a lot of really good jams, but the crowd was just, I'd never been in a crowd like that where everybody was sitting, nobody got up to dance. The couple times I got up to dance, people were like, this motherfucker. So it was super, super strange, but musicianship was fun. It was a nice throwback, reminded me when I was younger. But yeah, you start to look at America sometimes now and it's like, oh, you can feel that it's changing a little bit.
Yeah.
Because of just, you know, but it was a fun show. I needed to get out, needed to smoke, needed to fucking experience that. So that was nice.
So before we jump into the episode, I wanted to just address something that a listener of ours had asked me on Facebook when I think I posted one of the YouTube shorts. And it was about our episode that came out last week about the cults.
Yeah.
And that would be Mr. Mike Snellgrove. Always love you guys. Appreciate you guys. My old equipment is always here for you guys if you want to pick it up for the Probably Wrong podcast. Just throwing that out there. But anyway, what Mike Snellgrove asked is he focused on the part of the episode where you talked about doing the interview with the survivor of Heaven's Gate.
Yeah.
And he wanted to know where he could get that article. And I told him you had a website, and that website went down.
Unpublished. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a depublished, delisted.
Yep. So I told him I would reach out to you, but I figured I would do that on air so that I mean, it's for everybody if everyone was interested in that.
Yeah, and like, get me his email address. I'll send him a copy. I'll just send him like a version of it, like a PDF.
Like a
that he can
PDF.
just read.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Sorry, my fucking. Did you see that?
I did not. You must have done that very slick for your headphones.
No, I didn't do anything. Wait till you read. Please make that a video.
To be honest with you, Rem, I was my line of sight was somewhere else, so I was like, okay, all right.
So
and
weird.
and then I looked at you and I was like,
Where are his?
where'd the headphones go?
Yeah, watch that.
Son of
Watch
a
that
bitch.
back and send it to me because I don't know what happened. It was like they pinched off my head. But
Okay.
but I would love to be able to get him a copy of it. Really, really proud of that particular article. And I think for people who listen to that episode, it'll be a really kind of like a nice director's cut almost if they get to read that.
I also wanted to give a shout out to someone who listened to it. I don't know if they're an always time listener, but Mr. Tom Duquette. And the reason I want to give him a shout out is because he left a comment on it. And his comment was a little tidbit. He loved the fact that we brought up that the Davidians did not get their name from David Koresh. But he did say, do you guys know that he legally changed his name? His name was not David Koresh.
No, he didn't.
I did not know that. So thank you, Tom. That was great. And he told me his name was like Vincent something. Or
So he did that to be manipulative.
yeah, and I implied that in my response to Tom. Being
Nice.
like, I could see David Koresh doing that to align himself with the Davidians. So thank you, Tom.
Yeah, we like that. We've always said, man, feedback is awesome, and it lets us know, and it lets us connect with you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%.
So, appreciate that.
All right, so what are we here to talk about today?
Bob, I think I had hit you up a couple weeks back, and might have even been this week, and I was like, do you want to unpack our dads?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Because we talked about this episode before, and we were actually going to have it, and then my dad died.
Yeah.
Like, we were going to have it while my dad was alive. I know Bob's got a really, a cool relationship with his father, and there's a lot there, and he lost his dad, too. So I think I just was like, I want to unpack dads and our relationship with him and sort of what we learned and,
Yeah, absolutely. So if you want, we can just make 2 segments. One segment can be like your dad, one can be mine.
Word.
In either order, and we can go from there. What do you prefer?
Yeah, honestly, you had lost your dad first.
Yeah.
And you had actually talked to me and kind of helped me through my situation. So just basically chronologically, I feel like you should possibly start this out.
All right, so good. So what we'll do is we'll take a little break. We'll play our jingle. We'll play that. We'll come back. My segment will go on my dad, and then yours will go on yours.
And you all have or had dads, so we can all relate. We'll talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Yeah, and by the time this episode comes out, it's going to be approaching Father's Day, so it will be it'll be topical and appropriate.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll play that music, and then we'll come back.